Wearing number 400 Jones, 5. Murphy Smith, 6. Ty Garrett, we mentioned him before, wearing number 7. There he is out in the middle of the track. Arnav Tiki, there's Mr. Garrett. Tiki is wearing 8. Alex Mader, 9. Zachary Morse, 10. Luke Ondrasek, number 11, and Nate Fondakowski, 12. And CJ Singleton added to the field. He's wearing number 13. So we're supposed to get the starters' commands at 7 o'clock, so we're right around the corner. The rest of tonight's schedule, the first day of these Adidas Indoor Nationals. Next up, the distance medley relay. And closing things out with the sprint medley. The DMR, of course, 1,200, 400, 800, 1,600, 4,000 meters total. And then the sprint medley, this is the 2,248 version, or a 1,600 meter distance. So the qualifying standard for this 5,000, a 9:32 mile or a 15:35,000 time on the track. Only the top 18 were going to be accepted. We do have, looks like 11 of our 13 competitors on the track, so a nice number. Hopefully we'll keep this field in a nice bunch for a while as we click off 25 laps around this 200 oval, and we're about ready to get underway. And we are rolling with the boys 5,000 meter national championship from Virginia Beach. A little bit of elbows being thrown already. As our early leader, Hunter Jones, also up front, Declan McDonnell and Ryan Young. And first go around in 33 mid. Not wasting any time. Already starting to stretch the field out just a bit. No single file locomotive train of runners so far. Let's see if this back portion of this field can close things up with Mr. McDonnell and Jones pulling away. Opening 467 high. There you see the number 3 runner just came into the picture. That's Ryan Young. And his teammate, Freddie Collins, right behind him. So it looks like both of these young men really want to lead, so they're going to run side by side. Jones and McDonnell. 3 laps down. And the rest of the field, I see CJ Singleton from Butler, Pennsylvania, moved up into 5th place. And there are our leaders, Jones and McDonnell. And Singleton is now 3rd, leading the chase pack, about 30 meters behind. There's a shot of our group that's trying to close the gap. 800 and 218. So slowing it down a little bit to 4:36 or 9:12 2-mile pace. But still in front, Hunter Jones and Declan McDonnell. Declan McDonnell at the East Coast Invitational ran 9:21.51. First kilometer in 2:54. 2:54 for the first K, so they are on sub 15 pace. Almost a full straightaway between second and third. Once again, CJ Singleton in the lead of that second group. There are our leaders. Again, they went through 1 kilometer in 2:54. 6 laps now in the books. And a new number 3 runner right now. That's going to be Arnav Tiki, wearing number 8. Jones and McDonnell, and there as you see CJ Singleton, I think tried to pick up the pace a little bit, see if they can cut this gap. 7 laps in the books. Next time by will be the metric high school mile. At the end of the back straightaway here, we'll get their 1500 split. Opening in 4:25. And currently they have about a 7 to 8 second advantage over the rest of the field. They hit 1600 in 442. 442 at 1600 for our co-leaders. They're sharing the leadership duties. McDonnell and Jones. Still leading by a full straightaway, this duo. Declan McDonnell. And there is Ty Garrett and CJ Singleton. In third and fourth, they ran together earlier this year. At the Virginia Showcase. Garrett from Colorado, Singleton from Pennsylvania. But right now they're being overshadowed by the lead duo. 5:53 through 2 kilometers. And they have a lead of about 9 seconds over the rest of this field. So they went 2:54, 2:59 through the opening 2K. Did McDonnell and Jones. And McDonnell has been doing most of the leading over these last few laps. Jones just sort of looks like he's hanging on and losing some of that contact. Still a sizable gap between our 2 front runners, McDonnell and Jones, and then going back to Ty Garrett and CJ Singleton. At the end of the back straightaway, it will be 2,500 meters for our leader. That's Declan McDonnell, and he's got about 5 on Hunter Jones. And we'll get that 2,500 split. 7:24, so they're 14:48 pace. And they're leading by just over 8 seconds, so the gap has shrunk just a bit. That's the distance between second and third. The gap between first and second's gotten a little bit bigger, but not much. The rubber band is stretching. It definitely hasn't broken, but it's stretching a little bit. And just as the front duo of McDonnell and Jones are working together, Singleton and Garrett appear to be working together. They know each other from that race at the Virginia Showcase. And closing the gap a little bit on our lead duo. "11 laps remaining. Just about 9 seconds between first and third. You see the distance there on screen? Next time at the start-finish line, it will be 3 kilometers. So they went 2:54, 2:59. We'll see what this third kilo, see how quick it was. 8:55, so it's a 3:02, so it's the slowest, obviously, so far. And the gap has started to shrink a little more, just about 7.5 seconds. The chase group still Singleton, Garrett, and now Jake Gelfand has been sitting in 5th place. The order is still McDonnell, Jones, Garrett, Singleton, and Gelfand. And then in 6th place, Alex Mader wearing number 9. And the distance between our front two and third, fourth, and fifth as Singleton almost goes down. Got nicked a little bit on his heel, but able to stay upright as they are closing in on our lead duo, McDonnell and Jones, paying the price for the early pace work. .1,600 meters remaining at 10:08. And the gap is just over 4 seconds now between first and second and third, fourth, and fifth. And Jones looks like he's challenging Declan McDonnell, who has been leading over the past half a dozen, maybe close to a dozen laps. And Jones is going to make a play for the lead, moving up on the shoulder of Declan McDonnell as our chase group of Ty Garrett, CJ Singleton move closer. 7 laps to go. And I don't know if our lead duo knows exactly how little real estate they have left between themselves and the rest of the field. Because here comes Ty Garrett with CJ Singleton gamefully holding on. Hunter Jones now in front, 6 laps remaining. Declan McDonnell in second. Ty Garrett now has broken away from that chase group in third. Jones, McDonnell, Garrett, Gelfand, and Singleton, the top 5. $11.57 at 4K. Another 3:02. As the leader still McDonnell, Jones, Garrett, Gelfand, and Singleton in 5th. And he's moved up right behind our lead duo. That is Ty Garrett. 4 laps to go, 1/2 mile. It's now a trio up front, and they are in lap traffic. Garrett now has himself on the rail. He pops off to the shoulder of Declan McDonnell, and he is now in the lead. with just under 700 meters remaining. He stayed off the early pace out back in 3rd or 4th place and now has put himself in a position to win a national championship. 3 laps to go. Is our lead trio going to be a quartet? Here comes Jake Gelfand, trying to close in on Garrett, McDonnell, and Jones. There's our lead trio. Hunter Jones rallying. Pulls himself out of 3rd, puts himself into 2nd. 2 laps to go at 13:46. Ty Garrett, Hunter Jones, 1-2. The boys 5,000 championship opening day at the Adidas Indoor Nationals. And you see our lead quartet of runners. There is Garrett, there is Jones. McDonnell right there and Gelfand. Coming up, bell lap. 200 left. Garrett, Jones. Looks like Gelfand is too far back in 3rd. It's going to be a 2-man fight to the end. Ty Garrett, Hunter Jones on his shoulder into the turn. He holds him off. We have lap traffic. Garrett gets by, still in the lead. Ty Garrett, Hunter Jones to the line. Out into lane 3, Hunter Jones lets it rip and he wins. Hunter Jones had dropped all the way back to 3rd, but he pulls out the victory, running sub 15 in a big way, and he's a happy young man. $14.49.76 for Jones. Garrett 14:50.57. McDonnell 14:54. Gelfand also sub 15 at 14:55. A fantastic final 4 laps as the lead changed several times, and for the final time in the last 40 meters as Hunter Jones rallies for the victory over Ty Garrett in the boys 5,000 meters. Next up, the distance medley relays Friday night at Virginia Beach.